Emilio pushed the spike of his pickaxe through the layers of shale, splitting off shards and flecks. Far behind him, from the veiled shadow, he heard the crunch and shatter of his associates as they broke apart the mine shaft wall in search of valuable mineral veins. Emilio stopped for a short coughing fit, rubbing his massive, troll-like hands against his chest. He leant his pickaxe against the moist, breathing rock and hefted a hammer, which he used to set a lantern hook into a tiny fissure. With labored breathing, he lit a lantern and dropped it unceremoniously onto the rusty hook. Tired from his morning of trailblazing the mine, Emilio sat down on a pile of rock. From his leather satchel he produced a pale red apple, the color barely reflecting in the subterranean murk. As he took his first bite, the apple crunched and popped between his teeth. There was something unusual to the sound, the feeling of the bite. But again Emilio bit the apple. This time there was a crumbling sound. He pushed a leviathan finger into his mouth and felt his teeth, but they were fine. Then the wall in front of him collapsed, along with the hook and lantern, revealing a massive red and white stone. Dazzled by the marbled shading of the monolith, Emilio stepped forward, over the lantern which, oblivious to him, had spilled its oil across the mine floor. He put his hand to the surface. It was soft, almost warm. Emilio imagined that this was what it was like to hold the moon. He tapped it, and it gave a hollow thud. Beneath him, the dancing flame of the lantern licked the base of the stone, trickling down between it and the inside of the opening. There was a tremor, then the cave began to rumble, but Emilio stood, fixated. Fearful shouts of "Earthquake!" ripped down the shaft where the other workers ran to safety. Emilio's hypnosis finally wore off when the stone moved. Rolling itself over, it revealed the face of a giant mutant crab. Emilio stumbled back. He tried to run, but his lungs attacked him, a tumor within that he was unaware of. This hardly mattered, however, because as he clasped his hand to his chest, he realized that he had been cloven in two, and his black, shriveled lungs dangled beneath him, abused and dejected. The crab, whose name was Sachmo, gorged on Emilio's lower half, then careened down the mine shaft, causing Emilio's world to collapse around him in black and red, while Sachmo went on to devour the rest of the crew.